Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our midweek reading. We're going to pull some cards and see what the energy is for the remainder of this week. And it's so funny because I was just going to talk about ancestral healing, which I've been super aware of since I guess in 2018 is when I first started doing my healing with my mentor. And she taught me about ancestral healing. And she would say, Michelle, the things that you're healing and the things that your clients are going to be healing they've been going on in our family's lineage for years, thousands of years. Toxic cycles like abuse, sexual abuse, lying, cheating, the fear of abandonment, clinging on to somebody thinking that they're always cheating on you. There's all of these toxic patterns in our families, and there's patterns in your father's line and in your mother's line, or maybe if you have two moms or two dads, there's different toxic patterns that run in each side of the family. And if you're anything like me, which you are because you're listening to this right now, you're being called to do that healing for the entire family tree for centuries. Okay, so think about that. You're going to be the one that finally is going to stop it. And we always see memes and we always see things on Instagram and social media about like breaking the cycle and, do your healing and you help others heal when you heal, which is exactly what this card says. But if you think about it, it is so incredibly powerful when you stop doing the cycle that's been happening for centuries. So if you have a history of your family lying all the time, or your family, let's just say that you begin to always tell the truth. You catch yourself right when you're in that habit of lying about the littlest things, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. You are dropping a pebble in a pond, and it is changing the reality, it is changing the future. And healing is not just healing for you to make your life experience better. We're literally shifting the planet. We're shifting our future. We're shifting and elevating the frequency of where we are. And you're just one person making this massive shift. A couple days ago, I was just like literally knocked on my ass, just needed to sleep for a couple hours. And I had to cancel some clients. And I just felt so heavy. And then I was guided to watch this video about ancestral healing. And I'm like, this is why I feel this way. Because I'm the one stopping the patterns. I literally, if I made a list of all the toxic patterns I've stopped that have been a cycle in my family, I think it'd be like 40 things. And I actually did a video when I first started YouTube. Maybe I'll link it below. I did a video about all the toxic patterns that I used to do. Something as simple as like not taken care of. And I've kind of like backslid back. I've kind of like backtracked a little bit in the last year and a half. I've just kind of gotten like maybe 2020 did it to me. I just became a little bit more loosey goosey and not so strict. And I need to get back on my game. I need that motivation again. And they do say like who you hang out with and your environment you kind of become. So I do think my environment here where I'm at now has kind of slid me backwards a little bit, but I think it's okay because we all got to go backwards before we can go forward. But it's really, really powerful when you do your healing, you're helping the planet. You're not just breaking the cycle, you're not just helping yourself, you're literally shifting consciousness. In that video that I was watching, she was talking about how we're not these like souls that just jump into bodies in each lifetime. She said we're like this big stream of consciousness. And if you think of it as water and it's really flowy, and like in this lifetime, your water is like flowing in this direction. And maybe in a past life, it was flowing here, but it's all moving at the same time. You're not dropping in and dropping out, you're just existing all at the same time. And I thought that was really cool. I like the idea of thinking of it as water. And she was also talking about like in order to heal more of the lineage is to go to places where your family is from. Say like I know my family's from Germany and England, and I've never been. And she was talking about how when you go and drink the water and make sure, there's ways to clean the water before you drink it, but the water holds these codes and these memories for you to access, what your family might have experienced when they were living there. And she also said there's these tours that you can take. There's companies now where you can say like, hey, this is my last name, this is, our family line, and they can go and do all the research for you to figure out like what buildings your family worked in or what they owned, and then you can go and tour those places. I thought that was really cool. But breaking the cycle and breaking the patterns and healing ourselves, it really begins this shift. And she was talking about how if we don't do it, our planet is not going to survive. So we are here and we are being accelerated. So if you feel like your healing has been like turned up a notch, it's because the planet needs us to do this. And again, I always say this is why I started my channel, because I wanted to help elevate the light workers. I wanted to generate more light on our planet through my energy and through my healing. Everything that I've done in the last 5 to 6 years, literally sat on a massage table every other week, purging all of my pain, all of the traumas, and I'm still doing it. There's so many layers. And each new character in my movie that shows up in my life shows me where I'm still not healed. The most recent guy that I was talking to, he showed me so much of myself. He showed me how I was always looking for attention, and he showed me how I still have this toxic pattern of allowing people to use me. And he taught me to strengthen my boundaries without him. He didn't really like tell me what to say or what to do, but he mirrored to me what I needed to work on. So I would see him doing things and I'd be like, I'm just like that. I can't do that anymore. And I think he's growing too. So we're kind of helping each other. I'm hoping that he'll do the work more and that he'll really stop his patterns for his family line and for his kids. But I just feel like I'm so grateful for all the people that come into my life, and they are allowing me to see more of me and to see more of what is conditioned inside of me from my childhood that I wasn't seeing. And people, relationships, and people are our greatest teachers. So we have to be willing to open up to these people and allow them into our life so they can teach us and they can help us grow. So things will start to shift once you start your healing. First 2 messages. Let's do 10 cards with Micah Magic. This is a deck that I created in memory of my daughter. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know where you're from. I love connecting with all of you. You are getting messages through music. Okay. Spirit, why? Who are they getting messages from? I just heard it's from Spirit. They're guiding you to financial freedom. So your messages through music might be, go call that person, or go take this job, or hold the line, or your manifestation is coming. We can receive messages in so many different ways, and the universe, it wants to communicate to us through numbers, through music, through people. But specifically with this card, and this card coming out, hold on, there's people coming out behind me. I don't want to get them on film. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I never want to get people on camera that when they don't know that they're being filmed. Okay, so we are getting messages through music. We're healing and we're helping others heal. Things are starting to shift. Financial freedom. Who is on your mind? And the financial freedom I just heard, that comes when you start to open yourself up to healing. And when you begin healing, you start to, I told my client this the other day, and it was like a good analogy. It helped her better understand the purpose of healing and why she's doing it. And so if you pretend like your spine, right? Your spine holds your chakra system. There's 7 chakras. There's these spinning little, I like to imagine them as little spinning tornadoes. There's one in your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. So these spinning tornadoes, right? Say you have these heavy blockages around these spinning tornadoes, almost like cinder blocks, right? And the cinder blocks are kind of like all around the tornadoes, and the energy can't move up and down. It's just stuck there. And depending on your trauma, so say for me, I lost my daughter. She passed away in 2012. So for me, that trauma is getting lodged around my sacral. That's around the womb space. So I have all these cinder blocks around that tornado and it's not moving and the energy gets stuck. So through a period of time, I had a lot of UTIs, bladder infections. I had a lot of stuff going on down there because the energy was blocked. And when you heal, and when you cry and you face your pain and you look at it and you feel so sorry for yourself that you went through it, and you really sit with your younger version of yourself when you were experiencing that pain, or that older version. I was 29, 30 when my daughter was born and when she passed. So like if I go back to that age 10 years ago, I really can sit there and feel sorry for myself that I went through that and that it was really traumatic. And it's been 10 to 11 years of just a lot of unlearning and healing and understanding why. And the more I did that, the more I was breaking up those cinder blocks and they were falling away. And now when those cinder blocks fall away and they dissipate, now that little tornado can move energy. And when you're moving energy, it's flying out through your crown, up to the universe. It's going down into Mother Earth, and you are feeling more connected. You're feeling more alive. You're feeling more vibrant, and your highs become really, really high, and your lows kind of stay steady. You don't go too low anymore because you don't have all these cinder blocks as a motorcycle goes by, which is kind of far away. So I'm shocked that we can hear it that loud. My throat chakra is going nuts. So my tornado around my throat is moving energy right now. That's why I burp a lot in my readings. But anyway, so when we are opening ourselves up to healing, we're allowing this. It's like your spine then becomes this magnet. You are now connected to source, you're connected to God, and you're saying, I am tapped in now. I don't have any cinder blocks. Well, we will always have cinder blocks, but we're doing our best to remove the cinder blocks. And now we have this flow, right? It's the Kundalini, it's the flow that's moving through our spine, our chakra system. And we attract so much more when we are in that vibration, when we're in that flow state. We tend to have financial freedom because we're learning that, oh, if I put my gifts out there, I'm going to get paid for it. I'm going to get this energy exchange and it's going to feel so good. And you're seeing that when you are manifesting in each moment because you're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on because you did your healing. Now you start to see the magic of this life. Now you start to see how much your thoughts, feelings, and your body is it's almost like it's your antenna, it's your beacon, it's your magnet. You're able to get more done, you're able to go more places and to connect with more like-minded people, where when you're covered with cinder blocks, you are stuck in this negative mindset of thinking that nothing good's ever going to happen to you, and then you attract other people who have a lot of cinder blocks. So whoever you're dating right now, they are a match to how many cinder blocks that you have. I hope that makes sense. So going back to who is on your mind, whoever you are connecting with, they are a match to your vibration. And guess what? When you start healing and when you start dropping off these cinder blocks, if that person's not dropping off cinder blocks, they're not coming with you. So you're going to be elevating and moving on, and you're going to be becoming more magnetic. But if this person does do the work and they do start changing their patterns, they're going to be coming with you. You're going to be experiencing so much more. I don't want to say success, because to me that you don't reach a certain level of success. You reach a level of peace and happiness, and you learn to tune in your antenna, and you tune into the right radio station, and then you see how much everything you're wanting to attract starts coming to you. Okay. We have they will reach out. So back to back, we have who is on your mind and they will reach out. I also just heard once you start dropping off your cinders, that is what's going to call in not just more money, but it's going to call in higher vibe people, higher value people, people that are now a match to that new vibration. So that's who's going to be calling. And maybe they're sending you messages through music ahead of time to let you know when they're coming. All right, we have step into the new you. That might mean I just heard you're going to be changing some habits, not a major step, but you're slowly stepping into the new you. You're being admired online. Somebody's scoping you out. I just heard that you are so magnetic and they can see you rising, and that's why they're watching your social media. All right, feel good to attract good, and dream job is on the way. So right now, I just got a message for you all to write down what would be your dream job. If you had this, what would you wake up and do each day? How would you add value to the world? What special gifts do you have that the world needs? So you're going to wake up and you're going to pretend like the money's already in the bank, so you don't have to worry about making money in that 3D reality. You are going to move into the 4D, 5D energy where you know you do less and you receive more. Now, what do you want to wake up and do? How do you want to help people? What are you obsessed with? What are you constantly watching, absorbing? What can't you put down? That is your special gift. That is your talent. That's what you were born to do in this world. What you're obsessed with is your purpose. And a lot of times your pain turns into your purpose. Like me losing my daughter, that is now my purpose for doing this type of work. Because I want to inspire other people that when they go through something tough or if they have a tough childhood, that there's a reason for it. You're meant to do something with that. You're not meant to just sit in the old story and play the victim. You are the magician. I love this card. So you are creating your reality with your thoughts and with your feelings. If you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going to be experiencing negative things in your life. Things are going to be breaking down. Things in your house are not going to work. So you have to keep your thoughts super, super positive. And the more healing you do and dropping off those cinder blocks, the more free you become and the more likely you are to co-create better things in your life. You're going to attract better people to you. You're going to have better conversations. You're going to have nicer people living around you, working around you, because you're pulling that energy towards you. Okay, let's switch decks. Let's do an animal deck. Let's see what spirit animals we can get. All right, we have the lion. Be generous of spirit, number 37. You guys know I love this card. This looks like the thumbnail on my YouTube for my opening in my video. I'm not getting any messages right now, so let's pull another card. Why are we being generous of spirit? I just heard courage. All right, we have the koi fish, which is all about abundance. It says there's always enough. So somebody's thinking that there's not enough money or they're not going to be able to survive on the income that they have, and they think they need to work 3 different jobs to create more money for themselves. You do not have to do that. Like I said, the more you rest, the more you learn that the universe and God will bring it to you. And then we have the buffalo. The abundant universe will provide, number 10. So I just heard that there's a ton of people out there who are going through this healing of unlearning that they have to work hard to receive money or to receive opportunities. And it's the complete opposite. And you guys know I share that all the time on my channel. The less we do, the more we receive. But we also have to take that inspired action that when we're asking for something and praying or manifesting, we're saying, universe, I would love, $10,000 a month. And the universe will bring you a way for you to earn that, to create it. But you have to be willing to take the step to, start the website or to create the business or to call that person. And that's what I think the lion is all about. The lion is saying, be generous, like understand that the universe and the spirit is working with you. So work with it. It's a 50-50. It's a co-creation. And knowing that you're always being provided for. There's always enough. The universe provides. All right, let's finish off this short read with some tarot. That we get a Pentacles card. Oh, nope, we got transformation. A significant life experience that requires changes to be made. Powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastination and releasing old belief systems. So I think this goes along with you are the magician and stepping into the new you. And when you heal. So as you heal, you are learning that you are always provided for. Spirit is going to bring you exactly what you need when you need it, when you have the courage. I had a client today, she texted me this morning and she was like, I'm leaving my 9-to-5 job. She's like, I'm taking my leap of faith. And I was so happy for her because she was so miserable at that job. And I do not want any of you suffering, staying in a job that does not serve you. So this transformation comes when you take that leap of faith and when you're willing to step into the unknown. I always say the magic carpet will come and catch you. You will be protected. All right, final card. See what comes out. 2 of Pentacles. Yes, this is total confirmation of what I was worried about. Somebody's been stressing and thinking they have to work so hard. It says working too hard or multiple jobs, the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. So this is 2 of Pentacles. You can see he's juggling 2 clocks. He feels like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done that he needs to get done. But this is saying somebody's realizing that the less they do, the more they receive. So you're being called, or someone in your life is being called to do less. Take time to heal. The more, let's just put it this way, the more you take off from work and the more you heal and drop off those cinder blocks and actually face what happened to you in your childhood or any kind of pain that you've gone through in your adulthood, when you sit with that little version of yourself and you hug her or him and you hold space for them and you let them know that they're so loved, they're so seen, and they don't need a partner or job or money to fulfill them anymore. They are their new best friend. And then they go on and have these other relationships that are so rich and wonderful because they've learned to love themselves first. So then they can show up in the partnership and actually receive love in return. And that's the full circle. That's the whole mission, is to get so intimately close with ourselves that we love ourselves so much that we end up being the kindest person to everyone we meet, and we teach them that it's okay for them to love themselves. And then we enter into these partnerships and we do the work. Like I said earlier, all of your characters in your movie are showing you where you're still not healed. So if you're somebody who gets super jealous of your boyfriend or girlfriend, you feel worried if they don't text you back, or these are all things that's cinder blocks that are blocking and making you feel heavy and not making you feel free. So you have to work through that and ask yourself, why am I scared of this relationship in this way? Why am I jealous? Why am I worried that they're not texting me back? What happened to me when I was younger where somebody abandoned me and I felt unloved because they didn't respond to me? So a lot of us were neglected as kids. We weren't treated kindly. We were told to be quiet. We were told to just not be who we are. And we have to now step into that and heal that. And our relationships are going to mirror back to us all of those pains and wounds and things that we need to heal. So if you're experiencing that, you're going to sit there and you're going to say, okay, I'm not going to get upset with my partner right now. They're allowed to take space. They don't need to text me. I am safe regardless. I love myself. I am safe. I am safe. And you have to sit with yourself in that moment, and you might start crying and you might feel scared, but that's that feeling in your body that's the cinder block that needs to be released. Okay, so that's how you do the healing. You don't always need a mentor or a healer to help you. You can do the healing on your own, but you have to sit with yourself when the emotions arise and you're like, I feel really triggered right now. I feel abandoned. I feel like my partner doesn't love me. You have to sit with you and say, why do I feel this way? I'm safe. I am loved. I am worthy of love. My partner is not going to leave me. And if they do leave me, then maybe somebody better is coming. Maybe this person's not a match for me. Or if you do have that conversation with your partner, you let them know how you're feeling and that you say, hey, like during my childhood, people abandoned me. People didn't pay attention to me. And I want to tell you that sometimes I feel that way with you, and I'm hoping that we can talk about it. And most partners are really open, and they don't want you suffering. They don't want you freaking out if they don't text you back. They'd rather soothe your nervous system and let you know that it's okay. So don't be scared to have those conversations with your partners. Because the best transformation, like the card we got, super windy, like the card we got, that is going to, you're going to transmute that in the partnership. You're going to be able to talk to each other about it, and you're going to be healing each other when you work through this. A lot of people are guided to date each other to heal together because they offer such a healing space and a safe space, and they feel like they can completely be who they are, and it's a really beautiful thing. So appreciate your relationships. If the jealousy and fear creeps up, talk about it, work through it so that you don't have to continue feeling this way. All right, lovies, I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you want a personal reading, everything's in the description box below. All right, peace out.